All right, here we are, the last episode of The Mandalorian Season 3. And what a roller coaster of emotions this season has been, because the fandom has not been in this kind of state in a while now. It has probably been since The Last Jedi since I've seen the fandom up in arms like this. The discourse is definitely there. Some people loving this season, some people hating it, and then some people like me who haven't really made up their minds yet. Like, I really do love parts of this season, and then I really don't like other parts of this season. But I think the main problem with this season has been the overall pacing of it. Like, for example, we all kind of knew where this season was going as it was happening. We're like, oh yeah, they're just gonna retake Mandalore. But we kind of had the simple things explained to us that really didn't need to be explained, and we were just kind of dragged through 6 episodes of explaining things. And like I said, it dragged us through some really high highs, some awesome moments, and then it dragged us through some really low lows, some things that were like, why? Personally, I think if we would have cut the pirate stuff, everything would have moved a little bit quicker. Everything with Navarro, there wouldn't have been a direct explanation as to why they were on Navarro, but I think they could have come up with something. But from what I understand, all the pirate stuff was setting up Skeleton Crew, and it was explained last week that Gideon and the pirates had a hand in all that. So I guess that all makes a little more sense now. Another thing I know people are complaining about is Din's overall placement in his own show. I get it. It really does feel like he's been pushed to the side. I wouldn't say sidelined, but Bo has kind of been pushed to the forefront in this show. Now, personally, I think it makes sense that Bo is being set up to rule Mandalore, because if you've watched Clone Wars and Rebels, it all makes sense. I mean, she has wanted this for a long time. It was taken from her, and now she wants it back. Now, I do hope for a little more presence from Din in this last episode, and I think we're going to get that. And I feel like they should have given him a little bit more to do in the last several episodes, but by no means do I feel like this is becoming the Bo-Katan show. While the Mandalorian name is synonymous, Din Djarin is by no doubt the main character of this show, and has been for the first 2 seasons. While this one does feel different from those first 2 in terms of character relevance, it really hasn't taken me out of it. Now, there have been heavy rumors of Din dying in this episode. And if that happens, it's quite simple. They will lose half of their audience. That would simply be the dumbest decision in the history of decision making. I mean, this is their golden goose. If they kill off Din, that's putting the final nail in the coffin for Disney Star Wars for a lot of people. And you don't announce a Mando-centered movie and then kill off your main character in his own show, which is scheduled to continue with more seasons, presumably without him if they kill him off. I mean, him and Grogu are on the posters and the logos, so he's the main character of the show. It doesn't matter what Rick Famuyiwa said, you know, the name could be anybody. No, Din is the main character. You have set him up for these first 2 seasons, and then this season has felt a little disconnected from that. In all seriousness, though, I do think Disney is smart enough not to do something that dumb, but they have proven that sentiment wrong in the past many, many times, especially Lucasfilm over the last couple of years. But I'm very much looking forward to this finale. Hopefully Grogu is given something to do as well. I don't think we're going to get any grand cameos. I don't think Boba Fett or any of those kind of people are going to show up. I think it would be a little cheap to kind of have a big cameo save the day again, just like at the end of last season. I feel like that's kind of a recurring trope on this show now. You have a big cameo at the end and they save the day or whatever. Like Mando showed up in the Boba Fett show within the last couple of episodes to help Boba save the day and save the town. And then obviously at the end of season 2, Luke shows up, and I feel like Boba just showing up in this would make sense. You know, he's repaying Din back, but it would just feel kind of cheap. So I'm looking forward to this. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, you guys will find it right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys can check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go.
The creation of clones is your obsession, not mine.
All right, so it seems like we're going to touch on the cloning aspect, get some answers on that.
Come in.
I copy.
Oh, that's an awesome shot.
They're sending up fighters to destroy the fleet. Evacuate everyone.
It's like a POV from the thing that flips up on the helmet.
I'll return.
And what does Gideon want with Din? Just block it with the vibro blade? They have flamethrowers too?
No.
That's awesome. I love that he can fight now. He's good. He's good.
Help me up.
Spraying him with the back to spray.
We can't keep running. If we don't take out Moff Gideon, this will never end.
I don't think he's gonna die though. The return. The return. The return of Thrawn? The return of the Jedi? Return of Boba Fett?
I'm going after Moff Gideon. Do you have a location?
No way. Is he gonna put that jetpack on IG-12?
If we escape to the surface, I know where we can hold up. Let's go this way.
Oh boy. These interceptors are sexy.
Sir, the fighters and bombers have launched.
But the Mandalorian has escaped.
How's he tracking him?
I'll take care of him myself.
Huh. Yeah, how is he tracking him? Is it just like the floors or something? Or did he... Oh, yeah, that's right. He lost his jetpack, so he put a new one on. I thought he was going to put that on IG-12.
Thanks works to Fleet Command. The scouting party has been ambushed by Imperial remnants. They're launching fighters to destroy the fleet. Load the gauntlets and send all available troops down as reinforcements.
That was a really cool shot.
I'll take care of the cruiser. Everyone go. Move!
That's so cool. How did they miss each other? I mean, I get it, they're going so fast, but like, and I guess everything like blacks out comms and tracking wise. He's not gonna die too, is he? And I really don't think they're gonna kill off Din. It's just, it wouldn't make any sense. Something must be in there. Like, why else would they be guarding it like that?
Deactivate the first shield.
What's the move? That must be it. Oh, I wanted my knife.
R5, next shield.
Oh, those are the riot batons from Force Awakens. Those shields are pretty cool too.
R5, next shield.
He's like, fuck off.
R5, good job, buddy.
Did he knock one off? Are those all clones of Gideon?
Wait here.
What?
That's not Gideon. Those are his clones.
So is this the real Gideon then? The one in the Dark Trooper suit? So are all those troopers him then? I don't know what's going on.
We've taken refuge in these surface caves since the purge.
Oh, cool.
You found underground gardens.
No, we planted farms. These are the old species indigenous to Mandalore.
I'm confused as to how they've been living here this whole time,
Dormant since
and they didn't notice Gideon.
Lady Kryze, your reinforcements have arrived.
I love this theme. What a great shot. That is so unbelievably cool. Now that is awesome. This is so cool. This is insane. Yeah, dude, what is Gideon up to? Because he's obviously hiding the fact that he's cloning himself. Because he said to Hux, "I'm not the one that's obsessed with cloning, and that's you."
My clones were finally going to be perfect by adding the one thing I never had. The Force. And incorporating it into an unstoppable army.
I feel like this army's still gonna happen.
Before they could draw their first breath.
So he destroyed them? Oh shit. Here comes baby.
No, no,
no.
no!
Hang on a second. What's gonna happen to the baby? No! Her with the hammers and Bo with the darksaber just swinging in midair. That's so cool. The knee rockets. No! Come on, baby. Do the hand thing. Like, this is so cool.
I've got this.
Bo-Katan Kryze. What's it gonna be this time? Surrender?
I feel like this isn't the real Gideon. Ah, cool. No! No, baby! But you have no soul. Yes, get him, Dad! This is so good. Oh shit. Bro, you just gotta get out of there.
I'm coming in hot. Clear everyone out.
No, bro, you just gotta get out. That thing's crashing and burning regardless. The fight choreography has improved this season, I gotta say. He just destroyed it. He did.
The Darksaber is gone. Mandalorians are weak once they lose their trinkets.
Mandalorians are stronger together.
Yeah, bro, get out. Oh, he's driving that straight down. Was he trying to do that the whole time, or was that like a last second thing? And maybe I was just missing it? I don't know. He's not dead. I don't think that was him. Awesome, 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 awesome. That's so good. This feels like the finale, but Jon Favreau said they were starting season 4 in September, or like October or something, so we know we're getting more. Oh, time to go to sleep now. That was awesome. That was truly fantastic.
This is the way. This is the way.
So the Darksaber is gone. How do I feel about that? It's Grogu's turn!
He is too young to speak, so he is too young to take the creed.
If his parent gave permission, couldn't he then become a Mandalorian apprentice?
Yes.
Then I will adopt him as my own.
This is the way. You must leave Mandalore and take your apprentice on his journeys, just as your teacher did for you.
Season 4. You reaching out to it? Is that what that was? That's awesome.
Let me buy you a drink.
See Dave.
Thanks, but I'm here on business.
We really appreciate what you did.
Food.
You don't have the resources to protect the Outer Rim, let alone hunt down Imperial remnants.
Let me get this straight. You want to work for the New Republic?
An independent contractor.
That is very cool.
You know, this is against regulation. It'll never get approved.
Which is why you won't tell them.
Let me think about it.
You already
Oh,
did.
he's thought about
It's
it.
a good deal and you know it.
Is that so?
It is pretty good.
What I want in return is that.
Greetings, citizens. I am IG-11.
Yes! Oh my gosh, that's great.
I am at your disposal, and so...
I didn't even think about that. They got the part. Oh my god. Like, this is perfect. The frogs. Yeah. That felt like an ending. Like a real ending. Like, we're done. Forever. I assume there's a post-credit scene. And I'm only going to assume that because... Nope, I was wrong. There is no post-credit scene. Yeah, man, this felt like the end of the show. I gotta say, it was kind of weird. Because I wasn't expecting it to feel like an indefinite ending. And it really did feel like that. I gotta say, first off, I liked the episode a lot. I think it's the best episode of the season. I'm really going to count these last two episodes as one because it feels like the way the episode opened, it felt like it was one big episode and they cut it into two because they needed 8. All right, so in the resolution of the show, of the season rather, Din now works part-time for the New Republic. Bo is the leader of Mandalore. They have taken back Mandalore successfully and taken out all of the Imperials that remained there, including Moff Gideon, which I don't think that was the real Moff Gideon. I think that was a clone of Moff Gideon, and the real one was off somewhere else. And that would make sense as to why he didn't have the mustache, maybe, because they released the character poster today, or yesterday rather, and he had the mustache. So who knows what's going on? I thought they were going to connect him with Thrawn maybe, and, you know, him kind of take over, and then Thrawn comes back from the New Beyond or the Beyond or wherever he's at, and he sees that he's in charge, doesn't like this, and takes him out. That's how I thought things were going to go, but obviously that's not how things are going to go. But this leaves a lot of opportunity now for future stories, just things that can coincide alongside what we're going to be seeing in future projects, like Mando becoming part of the New Republic now. We could see him show up in shows. I was going to say like Rangers of the New Republic, but obviously that's not happening. And I think elements of that show were pushed into season 3 because it didn't happen. But I think he could show up in shows like Skeleton Crew. I think there's a possibility that he could show up in Ahsoka, but I think that's going to strictly focus on the New Beyond and setting up Dave's movie and everything moving forward. Yeah, but everything about this episode was fantastic. I mean, I didn't expect that the clones were Gideon himself. I didn't really expect that. He's just a narcissist. He loves Mandalorians. He's obsessed with the Force, and he wants himself to be a part of all of that, and he can't. So he's doing everything he can to obtain those powers and obtain those, you know, royalties from those positions. So it was really, really interesting to see him get killed off because I was expecting him to have a role in the movie. If he actually is dead. I don't think he's dead, but if he is dead, if this is the real end for Gideon, which I think, like I said, I don't think it is, and I think Giancarlo Esposito is going to get grilled with questions. Is Gideon really dead and stuff like that? And being the way that he is, he answers a lot of stuff, you know, very bluntly. So I think we could get an answer, somewhat of an answer, out of him over the next couple of years as we wait for season 4 and the movie. But everything else in this was awesome. Like I said, the action, awesome. Everything with Bo-Katan and the armor fighting off the Imperials while Din was trying to save, or Grogu and Din were trying to get to Gideon. I thought that was fantastic. And then them working together at the end to take out Gideon, presumably. And then Grogu using the Force just like he did in season 1 to protect them from the fire. Like everything about this finale was fantastic. It was just awesome action. It was fun to see. But I think it was just a little bit jarring in a way. Because like I said, it felt like an ending, a happy ending, if you will. And I know it leaves room for future seasons and stuff like that, but it really did feel like it was closing a story out and we're moving on to another show now. But like we know that season 4 is coming, so there's no secret there. I love that IG-11 is now the Marshal of Navarro. I think that's great as well, and I think that a lot of loose ends were tied up in this season that we as fans were complaining about throughout this season. Like, we got the IG-11 thing wrapped up. The kid from the beginning was baptized. There is no more Darksaber, which is another thing. But like I was saying, the Mandalorians now have Mandalore, and just all of these loose ends were tied up. And I can appreciate that. It does feel like an ending, and it feels like they wrapped everything up. But about the Darksaber being gone, I don't know if I like that. I feel like there's going to be another Darksaber in the future. I think they're going to make one. And now Grogu's going to become a Mandalorian. He's now a Mandalorian apprentice. So seeing this adventure play out in the future is going to be really, really fun. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of stakes yet, but Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, and all of these other Mandoverse New Republic era shows could introduce that conflict going into Mando season 4, or maybe we find something out in the trailer for season 4. Something is given away before season 4 drops, so we know what that's going to be about. But going forward, we really know nothing. I thought there was going to be a post-credit scene setting up Ahsoka, maybe reveal Thrawn to everyone that wasn't at Celebration and didn't have to see it through a leaked image on your cell phone. But Dave really wasn't kidding whenever he said the other day that this is an ending, and it really felt like that. And as jarring as it was, I really, really liked it, and I'm comfortable with where everyone as characters are at right now. I mean, if you think about it, everyone's kind of in their own element right now. Mando's kind of off doing his own thing. He's training Grogu now. Grogu's going to become a Mandalorian apprentice, like I was saying, and they've kind of settled down on Navarro part-time, and then they're going to be doing adventures to train Grogu over the course of time. And then we have Bo. She's taking over to lead Mandalore, and all the Mandalorians back on Mandalore now. So that's that. And then we have Boba Fett back on Tatooine. He's the warlord of Tatooine now. So everyone's kind of off doing their own thing. And then we have Ahsoka. And I think Ahsoka is really going to introduce the heir to the Empire elements and bring those elements into canon. And then I think Luke is going to get involved in things after Ahsoka. And I do think we are going to see Heir to the Empire foretold in live action. I do think that's what Dave's movie is going to be called. I think that's what it should be called. So the future's looking bright. Honestly, I really liked this episode. I liked the conclusion to this season. I thought it was a lot of fun. It leaves a lot of room for different stories and different elements to take place, you know, in the near future regarding everything outside of the Ahsoka elements that we're going to see. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with season 4 and Skeleton Crew and all of these other shows that they've maybe announced or yet to be announced. So I'm excited. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to see the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, you guys can find it right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check that out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.